Hi everyone, it's Wisdom Care here, and today we're just going to go over a Danganronpa trigger happy havoc scene. So this isn't a normal scene. It's actually a sort of hidden scene. You have to buy, well, I'm not sure if you have to, but I found this scene on Danganronpa Decadence, I believe it's called. Anyways, it's in the Trigger Happy Havoc part of the game. So it's just like a secret scene with Junko, Sayaka, and Makoto. So if you don't want to be spoiled and see it for the first time, I suggest that you go and try and find it. I'll give you directions. So what you have to do is first you have to talk to Sayaka about going to the gym after the first day, after being, I think it's the first day after being kidnapped. It's like the first morning, and yeah, she just wants to go to the gym for the golden leaf katana. I believe that's what it's called. So yeah. Anyways, so in this scene, I'm just going to be doing my best to voice act Junko Enoshima, Sayaka Maizono, and Makoto. And there will be spoilers for the end of this game, but not for Danganronpa 2, 3, Danganronpa S, or Ultra Despair Girls, or any of the other games and other content, except for the novel, the light novel, Danganronpa If, which is, I believe, something you should read after you play Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. So yeah, I'll just get going with this scene. So for the directions to find this scene, you'll have to look for Junko after, once again, you talk to Sayaka. And so instead of going to the gym right away, you'll stop by the gift shop and go inside there. And I just think this scene is just hilarious. It's just plain hilarious. Anyways, I'll start as Junko Enoshima. Hey there, Makoto. And in this picture, she's just doing her little peace sign and big old smile, kind of like what the shrine I have here. And then she says, "Oh, is it just the two of you right now? Are you on a date?" In the same sprite. And then Makoto Naegi says, "What?" And then Junko Enoshima says, "Damn, Makoto, I never would have guessed, but you're a total player, huh?" And then Sayaka interrupts and says, No, it's nothing like that. I'm his assistant." And then Makoto thinks to be dismissed just like that is somehow, and then it just has a ... And then Junko gets a bit irritated and displayed by her sprite. And she says, "Huh? His assistant? What is that? Like some new kind of roleplay thing?" And then Junko Enoshima, it seems like she just smiles and puts up another peace sign. And then she says, "Well, whatever. What you're into is your business. I don't judge." And then she begins to walk away and says, "Anyway, if you don't mind." And I assume that she's just asking for them to move out the way. And then Makoto seemingly gets awkward as 3 more periods appear on the screen. And then Makoto says, "Let's just head to the gym already." And then Sayaka finally says, yeah, let's go. And she blushes and kind of twirls her hair. So yeah, if you don't want any spoilers for the end of the game, I suggest that you stop watching this video. And I won't be spoiling Danganronpa if just yet, but I'll tell you when I start spoiling Danganronpa if. So anyways, in the end of the game, we learned that this, yeah, I'll just give you a few seconds to click off the video if you need it. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and time's up. So now I'll start discussing the spoilers for the end of the game. And so, as we know, Mukuro is actually, well, Mukuro is dressing up as Junko, and that's kind of like a big old plot twist. And so, yeah, when we see the pictures, like that Yasuhiro and the rest of the surviving gang, found, like, that Monokuma gave them, we noticed that, you can notice that Mukuro often, or I think almost always, looks at Makoto in her pictures, which, might symbolize something, or, might be a reference to something, and, I'm just gonna say it. It's kind of obvious that she has a little crush on him, and that kind of makes sense based on this little reaction scene. So yeah, so I'm just gonna quickly analyze kind of the whole conversation again. So just to prove my point that, Junko has Mukuro has a crush on Makoto. Anyways, so yeah, Junko just says, hey there, Makoto, and it's clear that Mukuro is interested in Makoto's love life because she's like, are you going on a date? And then Makoto's all shocked and stuff, and I'm sure he's kind of, embarrassed because, Sayaka and Junko are pretty, I'd say, pretty girls. So I'm sure Makoto's a bit flustered by this. And yeah, and I bet, and the way I kind of perceive this next dialogue from Junko is that, she's kind of like a bit petty and passive aggressive with this remark, like kind of making Makoto feel just a bit bad because she feels bad herself. Like, damn, Makoto, I never would have guessed, but you're a total player, huh? Because, she might want, like, a more true love with him, and she might just be trying to, invalidate. Oh, well, she might also be trying to, separate Sayaka from Makoto and make her, make Makoto sort of forget that, Sayaka exists. And you can kind of see that that was kind of my thought from this little thought cloud with, that bad word. And Makoto is just kind of embarrassed by this situation. And Sayaka, I kind of perceive her dialogue as kind of just also sort of passive-aggressive, like, no, it's nothing like that. I'm his assistant. And she's just trying to play up this lie because, she tries to frame Makoto for murder, but is murdered herself by Leon, unfortunately. For her, anyways. Good for us. Good for the survivors. And, yeah. And I bet she's just a bit I guess, how do I say this? She probably has garnered some negative feelings towards Junko. Yeah. So moving on. And I think from Makoto's thoughts, saying to be dismissed just like that is somehow ... Yeah, he probably feels a bit sad that, you know, they don't really see him as a boyfriend. And then, yeah, Junko just gets kind of all upsetty spaghetti. And she's just like, huh? His assistant? What is that? Like some kind of new roleplay thing? And so, yeah, I think that's just furthermore trying to invalidate their whole thingamajig, even though it's not really a confirmed ship. Not really. I mean, it seems like they both like each other, but I suppose Sayaka could have been lying the whole time about her feelings. I mean, she did open up with Makoto. That could have been a lie too, but I kind of doubt it considering her actions later on in the series with her whole death and whatnot. And right now, I think when Junko closes her eyes, that really emits her fake B-word energy, and, you know, that's just such a big fake smile and, you know, the peace sign, and then she quickly leaves, probably to go cry in her room, and then, you know, Junko / Monokuma / the mastermind probably torments her about that and like talk about despair and whatnot, and just further her into the depths of despair. And yeah. So yeah, after that, Makoto just gets kind of awkward, ... And then he says, well, let's just go to the gym already. And yeah, so I don't think there's too much to analyze with that. He's just embarrassed at this point. And yeah, Sayaka's just like, yeah, let's go. And she clearly wasn't dissuaded by this experience, and she's still trying to lust Makoto, that like the succubus she is. So yeah, I think that was a nice little video. So honestly, I don't really have to talk about the Danganronpa if book. But I will say, I mean, I guess I will talk about it a bit in this video. So yeah. I will be spoiling that in 5 seconds. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. Sorry, clearing my throat. Yeah, so that, your time's up. I'm going to start spoiling Danganronpa F. So yeah, as we know in Danganronpa F, which I recently rewatched, or sort of re-experienced, because there's this nice little it's like a fan dub, sort of. It's like a fan animation that was made somewhat recently, so you can watch that if you want. It's pretty easy to find. You just look it up, like Danganronpa F fan dub. I think it's a new one. Yeah, and anyways, so yeah, and Mukuro's feelings towards Makoto is kind of more proved in that book. And I suppose that's actually kind of like the biggest spoiler of the book, because, you know, it kind of does confirm her feelings. So if you didn't already catch that from the first game, well, now you do. I'm actually not really too sure what to say, but I do remember in the last part of the whole, you know, Danganronpa F, the last chapter, when Junko was tormenting Sayaka about, you know, the killing game, and saying like, oh, you probably planned to kill someone, didn't you, Sayaka? Boop, 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 boop. And yeah. So I think that's about it. Oh, well, I think what I was going to say is that, Mukro didn't really care too much. Oh, also another thing that I just remembered from Danganronpa is that, um, Sayaka didn't really seem to care much about, Mukro's situation. She was more worried about Makoto. Like, she didn't really care that Junko got hurt when, the spears were attacking her at first. But yeah, I think that's where I'll end this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And to have some wisdom today, if you're any kind of LGBT or sexual orientation other than heterosexual, know that there's other people out there who can help you. And if you're having weird, or if you feel like you're having weird sexual feelings, just know that there's probably someone out there who felt just like you. So, it might turn out all right. And don't sink into despair. Try to seek out people who are positive in your life you can talk to, or just go online. You could even talk to me in the comment section. Okay, have a good day. Bye now.